Stu here with Raid Shadow Legends. Today we're going to be going over Tyrant Lamore. He's right here. We're going to 2-man Spiders 20. Let's go. It's going to go fast. We have Miscreated Monster and Tyrant together. Tyrant is doing the AoE burns, which I love. It's such a great feeling to see the boss take all these burns from the Spiderlings. Again, this is stage 20, 2-manning it. Nothing fancy. Regular gear on Miscreated Monster. He has like 199 speed. We're going to look over Tyrant's gear. We're going to take Tyrant into a couple dungeons in these videos right here. Fast clips. Don't worry. I sped them up like this. They're going to be slow in the areas that we need them to be. We'll go over his gear, how I spec him out, and then we'll look at Arena, and that will be it. We'll call it a day. He's a great champion. He's a legendary champion. As you know, he has an AoE damage based off of defense. His AoE hits very hard. His A1 can heal himself for 25% or 50% of his A1 damage, which can be very strong in a clan boss environment. Here we go. Easy days, no problem. Spider 20. Here he is. Let's look at what he can do here. We've got a normal team, right? We've got a couple heavy hitters. We've got Whisper. We have Vala, which if you haven't seen that Vala video, go check her out. See what kind of damage she can do. Whisper, of course, always with Relentless Gear going ham. Here we go. Let's see him hit. Respectable numbers. He's hitting for like 60k on an AoE burn. Defense based. That's good. We could do more damage from him. He does have really good gear on, sure, but we could pull out some more damage. We definitely could pull out some more damage. I don't have really high crit rate, and I don't have super high defense, so I could go either way. I could try to go really high defense, or I could try to go really high crit rate. It doesn't really matter. But again, his A1 heals himself. So since he does that, once we take him into the clan boss, we get a weaken up on the clan boss. We get a decreased defense on the clan boss. Most of the guys like Altan on their A1 can hit almost to 100k, if not over 100k on the clan boss. Now, if he can heal, just wanted to show you him killing himself on this reflect here. If he can heal himself for 50% of that damage, obviously he does not need lifesteal gear. Here we go again. We're gonna do another run here. Instead, we brought in Gorgorab, just in case anybody dies. Again, we've got Whisper as our DPS. We have Vala as our DPS. We have everybody else here. Of course, we made it through the waves easy. So we made it to the boss in 1 minute and 30 seconds. And then from here, we fought this boss for another, I don't know, 6.5 minutes. So if this is how the normal mortals fight Ice Golem, I'm very sorry. It's been a long time since I've gone back and fought the Ice Golem without a crazy powerful team. And not to say this isn't a powerful team. We have Whisper with insane gear. We have Vala with insane gear. You saw her gear the other day in her video. Tyrant is great. Gorgorab's not going anywhere with the gear he has. And we know Madam's got great gear on her because I bring her into Arena all the time. So these guys are phenomenal champions with great gear. But look at this run. Non-stop. And Tyrant does not do AoE on the boss with the side minions up. That's a problem with a lot of people, right? They don't do their AoE, so they can't do the damage. He can't place the burns, and it would make it so with this passive, right? If there's a burn up on the enemy, they deal 10% less damage. So it'd be nice to have burns up. It'd be nice for him to do AoE and have burns up. Sure, we might get unlucky sometimes, and the boss would AoE us back if we go below those thresholds. But we do have decreased attack from Madam up there, so I'm not really worried about it. Not too much. Plus, Tyrant will put up shared damage and increased defense of 60%. So I would really like to have that up, but unfortunately, the AI for Ice Golem for a lot of people out there, we'll have to see on Foley. 1.13 is coming tonight. There are these, right now within the next 20-30 minutes, it's coming out. There's maintenance messages popping up nonstop. So I'm hoping with Foley, with his AoE, since it's worded a little bit different, will work here. I hope they change the AI for that because it does stop, block, revive. I wish, again, Tyrant would do it here, but of course he does bring a lot of other things to the party. He makes it really easy to get to the boss, of course. 7 minutes, 44 seconds. If you're doing 7 minutes, 44 seconds with this kind of caliber of champions, like great champions with amazing artifacts on them, 6 stars, 16 artifacts, good Great Hall, good arena standings, then I'm sorry. That's really bad. That is terrible. So now I put him in with a group that has really good synergy for clearing waves. We've got Seer in here. Tyrant is bringing buffs. If you were looking at me instead of what he just did a minute ago, he brought the shared damage and the increased defense of 60% to the whole party, which Seer then ate. Right here you go, right there. It's up on everybody. Seer ate those and destroyed the wave just like this. Boom. Usually we'd be there in 18 seconds. Right now we're moving a little bit slow. And we're going to proceed to beat the dragon with ease, right? Not a problem. We'll beat this dragon. We'll actually get a burn up on him. He'll look like a barbecue dragon in just a second. Let's see what's going on. After this, right after this, it's gonna end in 30 seconds. We're going to look at Tyrant's gear. We're going to look at his abilities. We'll look at what masteries I put on him because honestly, I can't even remember what masteries I did put on him. And then we'll go into Arena and see what kind of damage we can do to people in Arena. And that's it. Come on, let's go. Let's keep going forward. He's a good champion. He's a really good champion. If you need progression in spiders, if you get him early, it's going to be really good for you because he's going to, of course, do the shared damage, increase defense. If you can book out that A2, very, very good. Get those burns up. Get the burns up on the waves. Anything else, taking 10% less damage from a burn from somebody who has burns on them is very nice. What happened to the barbecue dragon? Did I miss it already? Did I miss our barbecue dragon? I like it. I like it when the dragon's burning. It looks really cool. It looks like a whole totally different encounter. I don't know. Maybe I missed it, or there's no way we didn't get a burn up this time. It's on a 3-turn cooldown. That's the other amazing thing about him. Everything that he does is on a 3-turn cooldown. His A2, his A3, they come back fast, really fast. All right, let's go. This is the end of this video. We're gonna bounce out of here if it'll let me. Here we go. Quit. We're gonna go to the game. Yes, there's a picture of my computer I was operating on. Okay, so here we are with Tyrant. I have him in Frenzy Artifacts. Just because, right? And I even have them in a 5-piece frenzy. It's a 4-piece set, but I wanted to keep, I was moving gear around. I wanted to keep gear together. Frenzy is not bad on him. You get increased turn meter for every 5% lost life, right? 10% increased turn meter for every 5% lost life, which is a lot. So if you're fighting the clan boss and we can use this on him, his turn will come back faster. He'll get his moves up faster. Obviously, if we're in a counterattack team where we're doing speed tuning to it, we wouldn't want that to happen. We wouldn't want frenzy artifacts on him. But let's look at what he's got here. So he attacks one enemy based off of defense, heals himself by 25% of the damage, 50% of the damage if there's an HP burn up. Again, these kind of people based off of defense, especially against the clan boss that has decreased defense of 60%, weaken up, and whatever else you've got on there. If you're lucky enough to have Bad L's poison and Bad L to get another 15% damage, things of that nature, this guy can easily hit around 100k on his A1, or at least the other ones can. We're going to test it out. Don't worry. We're going to test that out right when 1.13 hits. We're going to be running a lot of clan boss teams and testing things out. Regardless, even if he hits around 70, if he heals by 50% of that damage, then he does not need lifesteal gear. He will not need it. So here's his Hellfire Torrent, 3-turn cooldown, 100% chance to apply HP burn to everybody out there for 3 turns. Very, very strong. This is very strong in spiders. As far as anything else in the game, it's not super strong. It's really not something that you need in-game for waves, but for sure, progression-wise, and to get there, you can use this. You can use this a lot. Here we go. 3-turn of Ally Protect. It's on a 3-turn cooldown. You get 2 turns of Ally Protect and increased defense of 60% on a 3-turn cooldown. That's really amazing. So there's only one time, there's only one turn of lapse that we're going to that this will fall off, and then it'll be right back up. Right back up. And then his passive is decrease the damage inflicted by enemies under HP and HP burn debuff by 10%. So we're gonna take 10% less damage. Everything about him's great. Even his aura here, 25% HP in all battles. Let's see what I've got for masteries for him. So I went down here to do critical damage to get him some more damage. Critical damage 10% here. More damage to people with max. I've got my cursor over it. I'm sorry, my head's in the way. More damage to enemies with higher max HP. Okay, we've got reset here. We've got damage. More damage the first hit we do to enemies. All the normal things. And then kind of a PvP part here where we can counterattack. We get a chance to remove a debuff. That's great. Then every champion you'll ever see in Arena right now has this one to counterattack. It's great to have. This one as well because there's so many torments out there. People get frozen. So you get another chance to counterattack. It's a must-have. These are like a must-have in Arena. So we're going to take him over to Arena, see what he's all about. He's not really, even though he's so good at what he does, he's not really an arena champion for what I would use him for. Can he hit hard? Yeah, we're about to see that. We're going to put him in here with, let's get coverage because, we don't want to mess with those, worried about those torments getting us frozen. So we are going to bring back in our Duchess. There's Tyrant. Okay, we'll bring in Tyrant. We'll bring in Duchess, and then we'll bring in our Madam to drop their defense down and remove any buffs or any kind of buffs that they have up, any kind of shield buffs or anything else. Here we go, and then we'll see how hard he can hit on his A2. And then I guess we need to go back and look over his gear. I skipped over looking over his stats and his gear. Don't worry, we'll get to that. I'm sorry, I apologize. Okay, decreased defense on everybody. That's great. We're going to do the AoE with the burn. Obviously, if I brought in Torment 2, it'd be a lot of fun. I've done that before in other videos. We'll do that in the next battle. I wasn't even thinking about it right now. We'll do that in the next battle, don't worry. Because if they're frozen and they're burned, you know how it is. Torment just pops off and starts going with his A1 like crazy. We'll do that. We can even bring in Shiramani. I think she's geared. I'm pretty sure she's geared. We don't really need shared damage or this ally protect right now. I really wish I had to see her just to do additional damage. But we only brought in Tyrant to really do damage here. Kind of unfortunate. It's going to make the fight really long against the Torment. But we'll let Burns... Yeah, let's hit this Torment and we'll let Burns kind of defeat the rest of them. There we go. Come on. Come on. Get this guy out of here. One more life. We know. One more life to go. Anyways, I'm gonna back out so we can save time with this video. We don't need to go on and carry on about a fight, a fight like that. Okay, let's go back in here. We still need to look over his gear. Don't let me forget. We're gonna look over his gear. So we're gonna take out. They don't have a Torment. Great. Let's go over here and do. Let's bring in our Torment, and I don't even know if Shiri is geared right now. How fast do you think these people are gonna be? They might be fast. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Let's bring in Madam. Yep, let's bring in Madam to round this all out. Round everything out. Hopefully they're not too fast. Yeah, we don't even need. We could have put Tyrant in there for additional HP, or even Torment for additional. Okay, we need it now. No, we can freeze them. We already got 2 freeze. Yeah, let's do it. We'll freeze them up. Let's freeze everybody. Let's drop this down. Here we go. Yes, please. Stay frozen. Stay frozen. Hold on. Let my Tyrant go. You guys are too fast. Okay, my Tyrant's going to go. And now they're all pretty much dead. Now they're already pretty much dead. I wanted to... Oh, man, they came out of freeze and Torment didn't get a chance to do his thing. You know what it is. When Torment has... When there's freeze up on the enemy and a HP burn, he'll do his A1 whenever they take a turn. It's pretty funny. It's pretty great. We all got stunned from Miscreated Monster. So that is Tyrant. At least you got to see his damage. You know how he works. I'm sorry I can't show you a good... Torment just did it actually there, but it's much more impressive when there's a lot of people here. 26k on that A1 from Tyrant. Nice. So he's a great champion. He can give you coverage. Let's go back over to his skills and his gear. Sorry, I ran through there so quick. Where are you at? Where are you at, buddy? Okay, here he is. So we went over his skills. We know exactly what he can do. Here is the gear I have him in. I didn't show you. I showed you this picture, but I didn't actually go into it. 53k power, not bad. We have probably defense. Defense, of course, here. We could go critical damage, not an issue. Of course, accuracy. We need accuracy to land those debuffs. And then we've got speed boots, which I always go with everybody. Defense percentage. Critical damage percentage. I don't necessarily need critical damage percentage here. If I was going up against the clan boss, I'd definitely have defense percentage here. And it wouldn't matter. Usually with champions like this, when you have defense percentage instead of critical damage, it's a little bit less, but not that much less, and you're way tankier. So I would actually change this out for 60% increased defense, and then if I was going up against the clan boss with the proper team, I'd put 60% increased defense on the boots as well, with good speed substats overall for everybody. And then here I've got crit speed, and that was it. That's all the gear. That's what we have there. We went over his masteries and everything else. So that is Tyrant. Let me know how you were enjoying him. Don't worry, you're going to see him again in future videos, going into the clan boss and trying to do some amazing things. Let me know how you're enjoying him. He's a very good champion. In Spiders, super good. With Miscreated Monster, you already saw it. If I can 2-man it with Miscreated Monster, then you can bring in some support and easily do it with Miscreated Monster and Tyrant. His A1 is very cool. You just get him to do a lot of damage. It's easy to do and keep him very tanky with increased defense, right? That's all we got to do. And then here, he's got an Ally Protect for 2 turns on a 3-turn cooldown and the 60% increased shields. So he's protecting your whole party. Good to go. And if they're burned, you're taking 10% less damage. That's Tyrant, everyone. He's a pretty simple... I think he's a pretty simple champion. Everything you see on there, but he's got a lot of good things going for him, and he can definitely help out teams to progress in the game, help you out on the clan boss, I'm sure, which we're going to see soon, help you out in arena if you want to. I'm not a big fan of bringing those arena teams in because I have a lot of other options, but if you don't have options, he can do really well for you. That's it. That is Tyrant. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't, and leave me your comments below on him, and I'll see you guys all on a video soon.